What is going on, Roland Empire here, guys, to give you a video. Today's topic is the anticipated The Conjuring 3. Interesting that this one has a subtitle, but it is what it is. The devil made me do it, which at the very least, plays part of the movie, so it makes sense. And this one does not have James Wan, and I want to say James Wan, he brings in really an artistic vision of this genre, something that could say has been revitalized. Those first two movies, they're incredible in their own right. Maybe one is the best. That's me a little bit doing a hint spoiler. But two is entertaining as well. He didn't come back for this, but he's Shepherd. He's Shepherd, essentially even the universe. But those two are just a staple. But also what works in this, what I love is Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson, two incredible, gorgeous actors with great chemistry. They are some of the more, my favorite, I would say, yeah, my favorite characters of the genre that I just adore their chemistry. You care for them. You care for the families that they have to, but you also care for them, and you feel like they are in some sort of way they're like the superheroes of this. This one follows another case they have to do that involves what they would usually go for, this kind of thing. It's that kind of case, and at this point, you know you're with the fan base if you care for all three movies. And I like the characters made it good enough for me. And whoever they got for the filmmaking, the guy did as good to carry this. He added nice looking shots, intensity when he needed to, a little bit of calm too, when especially with with the Warrens when they need to settle down and realize what's going on. All the kind of built up and the whole soul thing, it really felt earned for me. You could argue that it's boring, or that there are parts that are entertaining. I like the filmmaking aspect, that I was never bored with it, and I like the characters. At least they brought back the two actors that they still make me care for them. They're good as they can be. They add little, how do you say, little adversities that they have to go through, so that even made it even better for them. And it made me root for them more. And I already like them as they were. The family in this is probably the weakest of the trilogy. It's still good that for what they have to serve their purpose. It really feels more like, yeah, it's the Ed and Lorraine show. It really is the Ed and Lorraine show. But it's at this point, that's what it is. And if you cared like I do, I want to see them, succeed and all that. You have, what you expect for this certain. It's not a beat for beat like the three movies, but they have their elements, and you know what you're getting yourself into and all that. I think it's worth it. I really think it's worth it to see it on HBO Max if you have it for free, or in the theaters, because it adds also with the way the digital and the whole sound and the picture. It really is very that impactful, that intense. They built up, like I say, and they do good job holding your interest. At the very least, that's really what I thought and all. Like, now to kind of give a bit, like, is this the best in the franchise? I don't think so, but I still think it's a solid trilogy, even with the way how it's Wands for the first, and then this guy here, like this guy, taking over the reins and having at least Formiga and Wilson back. I would be very satisfied to watch this as a marathon for a back to back to back. Nice weight and all that to kind of give three different stories with two main characters we really liked. um you can see that, like, I do admit that it can be slow, or there's a little bit of too much going around of plot and all that, but I care, again, the core. It really matters to me at the core, and I was very impressed with the way the filmmaking is at this point. At the very least, this point now, the movie is still grounded, but how campy it can get, but it's still grounded with the way I think aesthetic looks. And it's all really a case if you were really a fan of these movies. Yeah, that could be some kind of cop out to say, but it's true, especially for these movies. I like all these movies in that sort of way, that I'm glad that at least I was catered, that there was a case, and then the characters, they do have some nice visuals. Really, there's still nice visuals, even if they have been more blockbusterized. It's not really nice to say the blockbuster, but whatever. If it's been blockbusterified, it's sort of like that. But I still like I said, it was really warranted. It really feels like the episode to say like where this one you're like it wasn't that bad, but you're here for the characters. But I shepherd. I really still am championing and all that. That this movie is still better than a lot of people were saying. But also like everybody has their own opinion. It's just this is mine and all. But I get it that I get also like if I have criticisms I can see them. Like some people were like, it is boring, it is slow, but I like that tension. It's all really how you enjoy the film, and it's nice to just debate why we agreed or disagreed with these kinds of movies and all. Again, guys, like I had a great time with this, and I like that the tension did build up. You know, everything from seeing little bits of like Easter eggs here and there. Still, they did a good job, at least in many things, of emulating to at least bring it home the trilogy, knowing that we were going to get a different vision. It looked I like that all three have their specific visions. They all fall in the same kind of universe, that kind of stuff. Like I say, certain things could have been better and all that in regards to like narratives to revelations and all. But what more can you understand and all that? I again, I do like how the acting does come off. The acting, everything feels believable. It doesn't feel, if it really would have gone with the wrong hands, this movie could have been a flop and all that. But I still think it's, overall, like, worth the time to watch. Just, man, these are just, this is an interesting way because, like, I've seen critics say, like, it's bad, but again, I enjoyed it no matter what. I really had a good time. I cared enough for the characters, to just be invested. But, these are just my thoughts and opinions. You let me know if you weren't a fan of the movie, what is your favorite and all, or if you were, is this the best in the trilogy? Like, I cared for the characters. It was an enjoyable story. It was a very fun film. I just really liked it and all. So all this in the comments below. And as always, Roland Empire, laugh, smile, repeat.